Hey, welcome to my show this night. It's good to have you guys. We are going to do one final run of Antichamber, and it should be really exciting. I'm very pumped about this. So let me pull up Antichamber. We'll do this all with no further ado. I was preparing the show and then realized that we were running right into time. So I'm supposed to be opening this up. So I'm actually a little bit helter-skelter on this right now. So here we have Antichamber. This is all the rooms, so spoilers, I guess. That's a little bit late for that, but we are going to spoil the living crud out of this thing tonight. So I'm going to just start off by saying this is about the developer rooms in Antichamber. They're kind of secret hidden rooms that are kind of tough to get to, especially if you don't know exactly how to do it. And I spent a lot of time recently figuring out exactly how to do most of them, so they should be pretty easy, with the exception of one, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into that one right now, while I give you the explanation of things. So this one is stupidly difficult, and it might take several minutes to do. And it might just be that I get in and, yep, okay. Well, I expected that to take a lot longer. That was actually, I've seen people take 5 to 10 minutes trying to figure out how to do that. So we just went through the right balls, came down here. This is in laying the foundation. There are two different types of developer rooms. One type is is kind of a history of the game, and what went with it to make it and how it became what it is. And the second type is information on exactly how they developed things. And so what this is this room you just drop in, you come down underneath, and they even tried to line up the corners so it looks like the edge of the room is right up there. And then this is the formula for the shading on the edges of objects. So this hard line here that isn't always there, and the kind of cool effect on the gun. I was trying to point with my finger, but I realized you guys can't see it. And so it goes through and says well, should or should there not be a hard line, and how should it look, and that sort of thing. And I don't understand it entirely, but it's really neat stuff, and it's one thing that makes this game very specifically beautiful in the way that it is. So the second room that I wanted to go into is one long corridor. Here we go. This one also is kind of alright, so you see here they actually have another room opening up, but we're smarter than that. We're gonna just go back so they can't handle us, and here's this room. It opens up into this corridor. This floor is actually a puzzle type that they didn't use in the game, the disappearing blocks. And you see it just drops me down into this room. And this is all the information that's here. And so I'll start to give you a little bit of the history of the game along with it. This is the very first iteration of this game. The game was originally produced in Unreal Tournament. A lot of things do use the Unreal Tournament engine, the physics engine. But the game was actually originally produced in Unreal Tournament, and then was presented for a conference. So this is the screenshot of the first iteration of that in 2006. And then this just takes us back into that same room from the other side, or we can go, back to where we came. And we'll get more into the history later. I just wanted to start off with that. Let's see, laying the foundation. I'm going to do over the edge next. I think that's here. Yeah, and so in order to get through that one, we actually have to start in the loop that won't close. And we're scooping up some blocks, because we need blocks for this challenge. Okay, cool. And then we need to lay out a floor here, so we can cross this gap. For those of you who haven't watched, the yellow stuff kills all the blocks in your gun, so you can't do anything. Oh man, we're so close to just being able to do this. There we go. And then we'll cast out more floor here. Alright, and then it's going to take all the blocks out of my gun. I walk over here and then I suck up some more floor, so it doesn't matter that the blocks of my gun were taken from me. Alright, so this puzzle I actually solved without any help, and I felt so cool for it. So you may remember, and the puzzle actually takes a few minutes to do like the full walkthrough. You may remember that as you fill in shapes, it'll fill in the inside bits of it as you close the outside of the shape. This puzzle uses that mechanic, so we go ahead and draw the outside of a box on the top and the outside of a box on the bottom. Because you see, we have to fill in all of these spots here. I'm trying to kind of slowly give you the hints and tips on how this works, so maybe you guys can figure it out without me telling you directly. So you see we filled in the top and the bottom, and then we go up and we draw ourselves some side pieces here. I do have my chat open if anybody wants to talk to me. I'm willing to talk back tonight. I sometimes don't do so hot on Transistor in the mornings, but tonight's a little bit more chill, you know? I got through my classes, I got through dinner with my mother-in-law, which actually isn't that hard. I really shouldn't talk like that, but anyway, so then we fill in the box and we go inside. So I'm through the hard parts of my day and it's nice now, is what I'm saying. Alright, so this room's kind of cool. The front removes the textures from the boxes, right? So all these blocks that we lay out, they have not just the area shading that we see, or like the edges marked that our outline gives us, but they also have a definite shape to them, and then there's a texture laid over top of them. And so here we can see what those look like without the textures and then with the textures. And here they've removed the centers out of this, these little pieces here, and so this is showing that. And this is a nifty little area where you can lay out your own if you want to, and then see it with and without the textures. So that's kind of a fun little area. Just a little bit of looking behind the scene, looking behind the curtain. And speaking of looking behind the curtain, we're gonna go do Deja Vu. This is probably my favorite developer room, if I can remember where it is. People keep texting me and it's distracting. One corridor, not enough pieces. Deja Vu. Alright, sweet. So, for Deja Vu, we first need some of this. Just take some of that. Excellent, that's going to be enough. Maybe not. Okay, now it's enough. And we're going to draw ourselves a line out here. For those of you who haven't seen this puzzle, gosh dang it. Alright, there we go. Wonderful. So when you get the yellow gun, you have to do a puzzle that fits in this sort of genre first. Oh, Snapdragon. Just hit a wall. I just hit the yellow thing and it sucked all the bricks out of me. Okay, there we go. So then, oh, I might have made it so I can't walk back there. I can walk back there. Okay, we're fine. Oh gosh, I just ruined everything. No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. Sheesh. Talking about a messed up way to do this. Alright, so then you go in here, you step on this thing, this platform's going to move up when that box moves away. And then I just clip this. No, really, I clip it. Gosh dang it, what did I do wrong? Oh, I can clip it. I have to clip it from outside. And then it gives me enough time as I light the fuse and it goes in and kills these blocks and moves me up. Fortunately, this isn't one where you have to jump. Ba-dum. Developer rooms. This one, on the other hand, you do have to jump. Or at least walk out of it. I'm just so bad at those. So this room's kind of nifty too. It goes through and it walks through the history of developing this little gun they have in my hand. And it did originally start with, let's see, yeah, okay, so it is told in sequential fashion. It did originally start with the same gun that they had in, or they, like, I think they took a gravity gun from Unreal Tournament or something around those lines. So here they just have like I guess we'll stick a gun in here after they have these things done. So then they started drawing in what they think it might look like. I'm just gonna go ahead and read all these to you. It says this is roughly the angle the gun should look when it rests, and that's, you know, we're a little bit flatter than that, but they did a pretty good job in this little rough layout. They wanted to show off all the ammo inside. They wanted to make it look, you know, very open, and that's kind of the feel that they've given it here. They think if the ring looks too thin, it looks silly, and they did a good job making this gun not look silly, despite the fact that it doesn't actually do anything gun-like. Alright, and they wanted more detail on the side. You can see that happened. So they renamed it a brick tool here and made it a little bit thicker. Laying out all the pieces of it. I mean, this is just, for me, this is really cool stuff as a game designer, as a developer, and a person who thinks about it. And they kind of have this logo here that fits with the feeling of this gun. This also, like the rings within rings here, really makes the feel of this. Man, I lost all my trains of thought. I started on like 3 trains of thought there. I really apologize for that, guys. So what they did is they made this thing feel like, you know, kind of futuristic but fun at the same time. And they left all these like extra rings and the extra like physics type elements that couldn't actually exist. They left it in there to kind of to bring the MC Escher kind of feel into the game, and I think that worked really well. I think they did a very good job capturing that. So then they go ahead and mention like what the colors are used for, why they did that, and then here's like the final version in action. They have a couple of the old prototypes here, or maybe this is just what the gun looks like from the outside. Yeah, there's an old prototype. Then they decided to beef it up, and they added the colors in the inner rings to give that feel to it. So that's this room, all in one little piece. Alright, let's see, have I done over the edge? I really should be marking these off as I go. This one's over the edge? Yes, we've done over the edge. One long corridor. We did laying the foundation, Deja Vu. Let's go to connecting the pieces. Connecting the pieces. Connecting the pieces. There we go. Okay. No, I don't remember this one. Uh-oh. Guys. Hmm. There we go. There, that's how I thought it was done. Alright, cool. Now let's actually fix this a little bit better. The rule on those, it took me a while, is that you have to be on the side of the object to actually create. To be able to create it on the correct angle, the correct level that you're looking for. Ugh, you know what, fine, I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to do it from the bottom. Alright, good, got through it. Ba-dum-bum. Oh, don't tell me that just happened. Oh, and then it kicks me all the way out. That's just pleasant. Okay. Good. And clips it, pulls it. It's kind of like taffy, really. You know, you just gotta stretch it out and then cut it off. Oh, alright, I got enough. Cool. Let's see, I don't even remember what's in here. Oh! Yeah, this is just a fun little mess with your mind room. So, this room has a few different elements in it. This is just a complicated Antichamber style math equation that adds these numbers together. This one will always show up here, and then this one, actually maybe I don't remember how this works. But as you move through the room, the numbers also change, and the math equation stays the same, or stays equal to itself. So it's just, I don't know, that's somebody showing off how smart they are, which I appreciate, honestly. So we've done connecting the pieces. Let's do many different angles. Man, we have made some progress already. Many different angles. There we go. Oh, this one's really fun. This is another one where they're showing off. So what this is it shows all the mechanics they have in the game. The first one is this ring. Whenever you see the ring, you can walk backward and things change while you're not looking. And then it, moved me into a different room, but all of a sudden this box has changed, right? So now I can deal with this differently. And then this one, you all remember the window of opportunity. Here we have just a normal trigger that you trip. Then we have the eye, which lets you fall. And then the springboard. Let's see if I remember how to do this one. And then we walk over through those walls that disappear when you touch them. And it takes us into this room here. So that shows off all the mechanics that they have. And this is another fantastic example of one of those mechanics, and it makes you learn it. Because here it bounces you back up, but if you look at the ring, the bouncer disappears. Darn it. Okay, so I was going to do this room differently. That's okay. Here is one of the level designs. This is a room called 3 Paths in Sight is out here, and then you come into this room, and you can actually go through the back one of these pictures. It takes you into a puzzle that you have to solve exactly this way, or you wind up going back here. And then these are different iterations, so as you take 2 right steps, it adds more options, puts you in different rooms. Well, if you do wind up following the green as far as you can, it'll take you into this room, which is actually a massive coil. And if you wind up sticking with it long enough, it'll deposit you back in this room. But it's kind of cool how they did their level design, especially with things that are so complicated and so four-dimensionally minded. Alright, so our last one that we're going to do is, well, kind of our last one, is hitting the wall. Hitting the wall is here. Go ahead and teleport over. I'm just showing you the easy way to do this. There's a hard way, trust me. I've done it that way. If I lose visual contact with this area, then it disappears and I can't get back up there. So this game really makes you learn a lot. Then you throw out a wall over there, just so that when you bounce, you can hit the wall. Oh wow, they taught you, It's just, I think the design of this game is really incredible. It hits most of the, good games have this design points that are talked about in game design. And my favorite is the way that it just teaches you how to play the game without like giving you directions, you know? That is a fantastic thing that modern games certainly do not do well enough. Alright, looks like we got over it. We're to another window. This is a fantastic room. So this is what they were doing originally with the, see the gun looks similar to the one we were talking about earlier. And this was their Unreal Tournament phase, where they were creating just the most unrealistic circumstances possible and trying to create some puzzles. And then they took all the textures out of it, or they took all of the preset textures out of it, and started to build their own game with their own graphics. You see they still have the gun for quite a ways. They've modified it a little bit. And then when you hit about this point here, they go into this like almost cell shading kind of look for the game. They go through and make it, you know, still they have the blocks on the outside. That's cool there. But I think we can all agree that this is a cooler design than what they had originally planned. And you know, that's another really big part of this game, I think, is that, or about game design, is that sometimes when you plan something, it has to change. You know, you come up with a better idea and it needs to change. But at the same time, you need to make sure you don't follow changes forever. You know, you gotta create something and go with it at one point. So this is a fantastic exploration of everything they put in the game. This is that room I was telling you about where they all have the different blocks and you can go in the back of one. In fact, that right there is the one that you can go into the back of. All the puzzles that they designed as they went, new mechanics that they added, naming areas, they changed how they named them, and I really appreciate that. And I don't know, I'm kind of a sycophant for this game, actually. I think I don't even think I used that term right. I think this game's fantastic. We did laying the foundation first, okay. So this set of puzzles also has a trick to it. And this is not a developer room. This is just, well, I'm not going to spoil it, because it's such an awesome letdown. It's just so in the style of Antichamber, the answer to this puzzle, what you learn from this puzzle. So I'm just going to walk through it and I'll show you the room and we'll all laugh at the end, hopefully. Okay, yeah. Hey, you can do everything by yourself. Oh wait, no you can't. So then we come into this room that lets us transition between two sides of the black room, right? And hidden in the back wall is this place that you can just walk through a wall and all of a sudden you're in the black room. But now there's no way out of the black room. Oh wait, except the way that I accidentally just found. Okay, so it's not supposed to work that way. Then we get stuck in the red room for eternity, but we can see a blue room. And there's the circle. If you walk backward facing the circle, it changes where you go. Then there's a green room. If you go down there, it takes you back to this room. This is one of the things I shamefully did have to look up, because I was trying to like get here and then run and jump and make that because it puts a bar for you. But there's actually a hidden passage on the side, so it's, I don't know. So yeah, I'm pathetic and I cheat sometimes, but I don't know. It's all for your benefit, I promise. Okay, actually I really should explain what's going on here. Here we have when this smaller box is destroyed, the green gate falls, And over here, when this larger box is destroyed, the blue gate opens. So there's a technical impossibility here. It really should never be where they're both open at the same time. Certainly not long enough for us to get in. And the only way I've found to do it is just, like, keep trying for a long time. So this is one of those times where watching my stream will not be incredibly entertaining. But it's all worth it. You guys, the reward at the end of this room is better than all the other developer rooms put together. Oh yeah, alright, we got it. Cool. This one, both of the eyes disappear at the same time. Or the eye opposite disappears at the same time. And so the only way to get through it is, once again, to walk backward. And the developers love that attitude of walking backward will always get you where you want to be. Now, I don't remember how I solved this one before. So this one might take me a bit to remember. I hope I didn't have to bring a block in here. If I did, I'm going to feel like such an idiot. I may have to go back. Because I don't remember how to do this one. The answer is always walking backward for this puzzle. Well, this is going to be frustrating. What on earth? Okay. Let's assume the answer is a block. Let's assume the answer is a block. This is embarrassing. This shouldn't happen on air. Da-da-da-da. So if there's no way to bring a block in here, then the answer's probably not a block, and then I'll feel like an extra idiot. It's kind of feeling like there's no way to bring a block in here, actually. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to bring a block in there. Alright, well, I'm going to do research on that, and then I'll get back to you guys. Man, that's so not the way you want to end a cast, though. I'll just tell you guys a little secret. This room... Let's see, there we go. 2, 3... Man, why can't I? Alright, well. With finality, I'm going to say that ends our cast for tonight. Yeah, it ends our cast for tonight. Even after this fantastic puzzle, which I feel like should have an easier solution than it does. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Man, such a noob on TV tonight. Fantastic. Man. Well, this part was ill prepared. Sheesh, I do not remember how to do this. Alright, well, we'll be back in